Hello. Willkommen. He's in there. Okay, you lean back. Make sure we're framed somewhat properly.
There we go.
Is that better? I wish we got more of the games in this action. Should have it on the other side, but that didn't really work out for this setup. New setup we're experimenting with. And this is what used to be the top-down camera is now the front-facing camera. So, and what used to be before that, the front-facing camera before that, is now the down-facing camera. What was that? That was always the down-facing camera.
Yeah, now make sure everything, like the last time we did this, didn't we discover that it was like, there was no audio or no video or something?
I can see it right there. There clearly is audio. If there's no audio, people in the chat, let us know. Welcome back to Get Gamin', a channel by two gamers with a Y for
gamers with or without one. Y, that is.
That's exactly right. Like, maybe some of the people from work that may or may not be tuning in to this later. We'll see. I'm going to ask them tomorrow.
Well, they can get in the chat.
There's Mr. Drew, a.k.a. Andy McKimmy. Hi. What's shaking? Drinking my barley wine tonight. Bigfoot, because the Kona's all out. And clearly we need drinks after today. Andy knows. You have audio and video. Thank you, other Andy, for that. It is always helpful, because there's been many times in the past where that's not been the case. Like that extravaganza stream where it just cut out in the middle of the thing. That was fun. I did have a top-down camera, but it's gone now. So when we do this unboxing, we may just have to tilt the thing, and that'll be fine.
We'll just hold it up.
We'll hold it up. We're going to hold stuff up today. We do have a haul. We're going to talk about KublaCon today. Convention. Okay.
First thing. It's con, C-O-N, like convention. I thought it was con, K-H-A-N, like it's in
you thought it was like K-K?
KublaCon, yes.
KublaCon, like, the famous Mongolian Khan.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, not Kublai Khan, but Kubla. KublaCon. Okay.
Is that... No, I'm thinking of Kukla.
Hi, Tim. Tim's in the chat. Hello, sir. Welcome. I know it's been a while since you've seen me and Rich. I think our year of games, which was in February or March, was... The last
time?
Yeah, and the last time I've only streamed once in the last 3 months myself. Because I did a Door from Antique, and the Stardew kind of petered out for a little while. I am back on the Stardew, but I don't know if I'll be continuing.
He's back on Stardew. It definitely sounds like a drug.
New phone, new save, as it goes. So, I don't know if I'll be continuing that stream series or not. So we shall see. We have lots to get through, though. In June is Pride Month. So we're going to be doing some games we didn't get to properly last year, like Extravaganza, which is right by me, I thought.
No.
Somewhere. It's behind me.
It's down here, isn't it?
It's behind me. So for those of you that don't remember or never knew about this game, this is a Euro game about drag queens. And it's very good, actually. It's by the same designers, Castell, Mr. Aaron Vanderbeek, who is not related to the star of Dawson's Creek. Yeah, this is very good. So we did do a stream of this, but the top-down camera died on us halfway through. It was very sad. Actually, I think it was the same camera, which is having issues right now. So there you go. I'm going to get a new one before we start streaming more games again. But this is why I'm doing this one first, so we can work this out. I'm still working out this new setup. I have a new computer, so that's why we're back on. Since the videos are coming back, you saw some shorts, hopefully. So we were back in the wagon. KublaCon was our way of kind of jump starting. It was like a jump start to our board game battery.
Yeah.
It was good. So KublaCon is our other local con. It's in San Francisco-ish. So we did go in the fall, you may recall, that was the first year they'd done a fall edition of it. Fall entry into the KublaCon action. This is the main one. It's usually Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. And it's like south of San Francisco. I think sometimes they do it at the Hyatt downtown, maybe.
It was at the Hyatt Regency San Francisco Airport. But technically in Burlingame.
So it's just past San Francisco, which I had never heard of the place of Burlingame before this either. It's San Mateo adjacent, if you know your Bay geography at all. And if you don't, it's south of San Francisco. Right. It's like between San Francisco and San Jose, basically. So it's on the peninsula part. Not the East Bay. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of the order to do this. Well, I did want to start, of course, we went with John. You know, convention action with John. And because we went to KublaCon with him, too, so we did a similar thing. We stayed in the Residence Inn, which I highly recommend, because they have a full kitchen, fully stocked kitchen, so you can cook if you want to. But they also have a complimentary buffet breakfast. To help you save money.
It was perfect for us because there was a queen size bed, and there's a pull out bed too. Yeah, like a couch pull out bed.
It works perfectly.
John slept on that.
Yeah, it works perfectly for our purposes.
Yeah,
and it's on average cheaper than other hotels for sure.
Yeah, and plus you get breakfast.
And you get breakfast. Very important part there. We will mention breakfast several times probably in this video. So John came to stay with me the night before, and we did play quite a few games, play tested a few things. I probably won't talk as much about that, other than to mention his new co-design with Stephen Armini, the Dadini, one of our favorites. It's circus themed, and it's very good. I'm sad you didn't get to play it this weekend, but you will. He's going to come visit us again in July, August, I think, sometime over the summer. So obviously any convention with John involves a lot of play testing. You know, we are total proto-spiel whores. We just hang out with the designers at these conventions all day. And we are now award-winning designers. So spoiler alert. So, you know, they have a board game design challenge. Contest/challenge thing where you have an hour-ish to come up with a playable game. And our team got first place.
So every team started out with a box with sort of
it has all the same components in it, basically. Yeah. It's like Chopped, but for board game design.
Exactly.
Basically.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh my god.
It has things
you should see some of the things that are in here.
Little tokens.
This was some of our cards for
dice,
the prototyping.
These little things. These little things.
Little chits and things. You know, basic stuff.
Cards. A timer. Some people might have used
real time, you know. But so one of the other guys on our team was the gayest team, obviously, because Eric, who runs the Sacramento board game design meetup that John used to do while he was still living in Sac, was on our team. So obviously the odds were skewed in our favor. But Michelle, who also her team was doing pretty good too. I don't know all the rankings. I don't remember.
We got first.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Thank you, Tim. We were very excited. We feel very legitimized, and now we are going to try our best to go to the actual Sacramento board game design meetup, so we can, keep this going. Hone our skills, and I really like the idea of a contest like this. Yeah,
it looks like a person, doesn't it?
So, we may not have finished the prototype, but the pitch was solid. Thank you, Eric, again for that. Who is a subscriber.
I'm just trying to show how primitive it is. You just have to come up with the idea.
It's about the concept, and I thought the concept was strong.
Yes. And yes, that does say flux capacitor.
I wrote
because this game was supposed to incorporate a time travel.
You got bonus points if it was about time travel, so
we made it about time travel.
Okay, do you want to pitch the game like you're pitching it, like we were in the contest?
I don't.
No, I don't. So basically, in the game, we're working for a mad billionaire, okay, but he keeps firing people. So obviously, an accident was bound to happen when we're losing so many science staff all the time. And so there was an explosion in the lab, and our time machine has created a time loop, and we're stuck in it. We need to get out of it. Right. So what was the first words out of my mouth when we sat?
Oh, this man loves his rondelle.
I said,
if you don't have a
the
rondelle,
only thing
come knocking.
I said the only thing I asked Eric, I love a rondelle. It's got to be a rondelle because we're in a time loop. Duh. And I basically described the plot line of Quantum Leap. Isn't that the plot of Quantum Leap, he said?
Pretty much.
So, Jerry McConnell, eat your heart out.
Actually, we started thinking of all the
What was that?
movies.
No, sorry, what was that? That Sliders was Jerry McConnell. Scott Bakula was Quantum Leap.
Yes. But we were trying to think of all the movies that have some kind of time travel element and then pay homage to it. I can't read.
Yeah,
any of this.
so
You
there
have
was
to
a
tell me what
there
it
was
said.
a Mateo Lane joke.
I can read. I just can't read.
I was unconsciously quoting Mateo, the gay comedian Mateo Lane for sure. If a Starbucks has one gay, they keep the ship afloat. 2 or more gays, and nothing gets done. Well, we did pretty good, I thought, on this. Everyone
Actually,
contributed. So,
and we didn't ask the fourth guy what his sexual orientation was. So.
Definitely straight. He was there. He was contributing. We had to have a token straight guy, of course. There was 4 of us on this team. But anyway, so basically it's a Mancala game. Okay, so we have a rondelle, and it's cooperative, and because we're all stuck in the time loop together. Okay, this is not a every man for himself situation.
But yeah,
we need all hands on deck to get out. So
careful there, you're getting a little close to the sensor coming out. All hands.
Let me know. I hope you're not listening on. I hope you're not listening on headphones right now. Anyone? Diversity, Tim says. Diversity. This game probably is up a little high, so I'm gonna turn it down a little, just a smidge. Just a smidge. So, anyway, there's not just one rondelle, but 2 overlapping
This
rondelles.
is what won it for us, the whole concept of the 2 rondelles.
So, like, if you've heard of a little game called Seven Wonders where you have, like, overlapping cards and, like, you have to basically draft the cards to reveal the other cards underneath, it was a similar kind of idea meets, you're the one that suggested the sort of forbidden desert kind of element where we are trying to uncover the inner rondelle are all face down, and those are like the parts of our time machine.
Get back to the
So the goal of the game is just to uncover all the cards in that inner ring, basically. So all the the side up cards on the outer ring, we're moving in a Mancala fashion against that. And so like the cards, the top part is like the resources. So you would land there first, and you get the resources, and then the second time you hit that card, if you have there was supposed to be more resources on the bottom here, but I don't think... Did we have a better example? This is another example. So, like, if I land here, the first time I get 2 energy. The second time, if I have 3 knowledge, which is these little light bulbs, I'll be able to remove this card and get a bonus, which would be I get to roll. Oh, I get plus or minus 1 on my rolls. Were we doing rolls still in the game?
Well, I mean,
I thought we were just moving Mancala style.
I was unclear on that myself.
Well, obviously the contract fulfillment and bonus parts were
But you know what he didn't tell you is, and I do think it was a good idea for a game, but Eric is a lawyer. So, I mean, he does smooth talking for a living.
Oh, his pitch was good.
It was flawless. It was
good.
Flawless.
But I mean, the basic idea is like it wouldn't have been exactly playable right then, but like if we had like another hour to like finish the prototype, this would totally be playable. I'm not so sure about how well those resource economy work or those bonuses, but that's
I never know how that works though. Like, how do you figure out all the math involved in all that stuff?
Yeah, so I don't know. We might keep working on it and try to get it to at least a play testable part. I mean, we could just take it with us to this group on Wednesday, but then Eric could be like, "Oh, so you're still working on that thing?"
Oh my God, is it next Wednesday?
Yes.
You better have a prototype of something ready.
I'm thinking bears and chairs. We're going to work on that one this weekend.
Bears and chairs.
It's real-time trick-taking. Okay, so I have ideas. Or I could just take Gyno Boss again, probably. What I have of it right now.
I need to get working.
You do. But we decided, I like the idea of this challenge where, okay, the crunch is on. You have like an hour to like come up with something. whatever it is. And I think also the reason we won is that at least there's some solid playable ideas here. Like, the way you move makes sense. Okay, I'm trying to uncover the cards. That makes sense. There's some kind of resource management thing going on here. You know, like, just the different pieces made it, oh, okay, I can get an idea of what this game would be once it were polished, which is, you know, doesn't have to be.
Oh my god.
The point is just giving up the concept.
Okay, I'm going to have to read some of these notes.
Yeah. Oh, these are
the
Eric's
original,
notes.
yeah, and it said Rondell, time loop a la Groundhog Day. We forgot to mention Groundhog Day. And quantum leap.
Quantum loop, yeah.
I said it, yeah.
Quantum leap.
Machine broke, knowledge fixed. They, then getting something and time.
Yeah, I'm better at like reading people's
I cannot read other people's handwriting.
Knowledge fix, then getting past plus time/energy fix.
But look at the cute drawings
that I did mostly.
There's a little groundhog.
And there's a fish. Don't ask me why there's a fish. Oh, one of the cards.
Look at this groundhog repel. I didn't even notice that.
Those were all me.
And humpback serum. What was the humpback?
That's what the fish was for.
Wait.
Serum.
Why? What is time travel about? Oh, from the one with the Star Trek. When the voyage home or something.
Which one? There's so many time travel
but
episodes.
I think that was the one that involved the humpback whale.
Yes, yeah. That's why I put that in there.
Okay, so you give an idea of how exciting this was.
We have ideas.
And then they got, you know how like they have raffle tickets? The raffle ticket, we each got one that was at least 3 feet long.
Yeah.
You know, it was a lot.
So,
we each got one, so.
We're going to show you the games we won in the raffle. That was made very possible by winning this contest with all our raffle tickets. Because you remember what happened at RageCon last year.
We got cheated. That's what happened.
We got so cheated because at RageCon, if you don't show up by the end of the night, they just re-give it away. So we were very upset. We won something last year, but we didn't see the email until like the next morning or something. And then we were trying to put in all these raffle tickets at the end for Dodo's Riding Dinosaurs. Like I think we put in like 30 or something like that. And nope.
No.
Still didn't. So we walked out of the convention at the end so pissed. I was pissed. But anyway, we got some games.
Which one do you want to start with?
Here, you start with Kokoro, because
this is one that I saw and I was telling Andy about. And what
caught the winning raffle ticket is still on there. You know.
Yeah.
What number was it? Like 8 or something.
We'll look and see.
It doesn't say on here. It's fine.
So, I mean, we're always looking for not necessarily family games, but just like some of our friends are not really into like heavy Euros and stuff. So it just said Kokoro, which, by the way, is one of my favorite novels of all time. It's a Japanese Natsumi Soseki. If you have never read Kokoro, it means...
It's okay.
Kokoro means...
Heart.
Yeah, it's like... It's the humanity, I guess. It's talking about, but your heart. It's a really good book.
We're going to transition here, so you can hold it under here, hopefully.
We're going to... Okay.
Oh, except this isn't...
Oh.
I'm having issues with this camera again. Okay, keep going the other way.
Let's do it on front face. Here we are. Anyway,
just do it on front face for
what
I
happened upon is that this is a game for 1 to 8 people. You like you know, gosh, you don't very often find games that play more than about 5 or 6. To have a game that plays 8 is like really remarkable. And plus, it just sounded like card slapping fun, which we love. So, and it had this cute little thing on it, whatever he is. He looks like a marshmallow to me. But I guess I don't know.
Kokoro's. He's the Kodama, Spirit of the Forest.
Oh, see, he knows more Japanese stuff. I just know sushi. That's all I know.
Don't ask me why this is flashing here. So, and this is the same designer, Christian Ustby. He's like this guy. It's either from the Netherlands or something. He did Escape from Curse of the Hidden Temple. And he does a lot of these, like,
is that the one with that's the real-time one, Escape from the Temple, and it's like,
yeah,
it's got this heartbeat, get your heart racing.
Got my heartbeat. It's flashing. Sorry, guys. And is it working now?
Wait.
I really need to... Oh, well. That's fine. Okay, at least it stopped flashing. Okay, so Kokoro, did you want to unbox it?
You could.
You better
it's already.
Here, show the next game. Talk about that
we'll
one.
get back
the
to
down real quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm having issues.
And this one is Tentacle Town.
Yeah, Tentacle Town.
Tentacle Town. Ah.
Yeah, they can see it.
Oh, they can.
Do you want to like just read the back or something?
Yeah, look.
What's this about? Who's this by? I don't even know very much. I know some about it, but not a lot.
A game designed by Aaron Dill and John Kowaleski. And this one...
To really hold it up.
Oh, that's good. You have a good steady hand. This one is just for 2 to 4 players. See what I mean? Looks like a medium weight game. 60 minutes.
It's like resource management, I think. You're like building your island town, but there's like a tentacle monster that keeps attacking. And there's supposed to be little tentacle minis in here that are really cool looking. So we could do our unboxing now. Do you want to start with this one?
Sure.
You can do it there so they can kind of see it.
Okay. It's hard getting off cellophane, but I will try.
Here, there you go. Ooh, Tentacle Town. Yeah. Yeah, Tim, I really need to replace this one because it's being really finicky. The cord is all jacked up.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to get a new one before Sunday.
All right. Here we go. Are you ready for this?
This one was in shrink.
Contents. By Monster Fight Club.
I don't even know who these guys are, but Monster Fight Club. Hey, Andy, it's good for you. And there's a rule book, of course. That's always helpful.
Because he's a monster.
Oh, this was the Kickstarter edition.
He's nice. A monster fight. He's in the Monster Fight Club.
Tentacle, like, tokens. What would you call those? Not meeples. Tentameeples? What are they called in here?
Teeples.
Just tentacles. Teeples.
They could be.
Tentacle Town. There's the town. Okay, oh, look at the components. I know you want to punch stuff out.
Well, it will be fun. Here,
there's a board.
Like there's a big old board.
That's good.
Woo. Nice. Big old board. Okay, let's see. It looks like a peninsula. This is not that dissimilar to where we were.
It's kind of big. I can't really fit it all on the screen right now, but and the menacing tentacles. Yeah, it's a peninsula. That. I see. And these are probably like the different action spot areas.
Butcher,
right?
catch, hunt tentacles, sell sushi, calamari caravan, forge. No. What does that say? Forge harpoons, and you forge your own harpoons, I guess. Smelt iron. Okay.
Okay.
And then here's the docks.
So I know there's a lot of resource management going on in here, but then there's some battling against.
We got to get to those
tentacles.
They're plastic. And they're quite large. I didn't think. I didn't think they would be that big. They're like really big.
Hold on. There we go. That's better. So it's more in the area where we can shut stuff off. Yeah, they are nice and chunky, which was the thing that I remembered about this game. Oh, they're not plastic. They're like silicone.
Oh.
They fit on your finger. Oh my god, the sad part is there really isn't any resource management with my tentacle terror other than patience.
Well,
Wait, what?
Is this from
His Own Tentacle Terror? I think it's a masturbation joke or something.
This
is a family channel.
Is that Ann?
That's Mr. Drew.
Mr.
Andy
Drew.
McKinney.
We could call you Andy, I suppose.
It's still confusing.
I know. I like the name Drew. I like that name.
It's fine.
But, I mean, if it's not what he goes
by. I only had sex with another Andrew once.
Oh, this is a sticker.
Maybe, a sticker?
Maybe we should give that to him.
Ooh.
Would you like the Monster Fight Club sticker?
I should put it on this new computer. Though I might end up sending this computer back. The keyboard is being all
Well, I guess you fought some monsters.
Oh, yes.
Not always. As many as...
Always. What is this kind of resources? They're little purple houses. Okay. This is going to be like a medium weight euro, isn't it?
Yes. Ooh, it's got those specialty dice.
Can you add action spots? Is that what this is?
Maybe. And...
I guess it's based on the player count.
What's this thing?
Well, I imagine this is for more actions.
Okay,
I'm
going to open
this. It might be a round tracker, I don't know.
Here's some little cards.
There's a place for our meeple. See, we obviously have not read the rule book yet. That's the fun thing about unboxings. You don't know what this all is supposed to be or mean yet. I like these little purple stars, though. Aren't those cute?
Yes, I like the harpoons myself.
Where are the harpoons? The harpoons! Look at that.
You're gonna need to.
You gotta make a splooge sale.
So here's some of this.
That's splooging with that harpoon.
Here's some of the cards. Whittle sticks.
Yeah.
Recycle anchors. Declaw crabs.
Sure.
Hire movers. Move one of your buildings.
Better hire them. Show them here.
Calamari.
Do it here so they can see them.
All right. Plant flowers.
You probably can't read them still.
Squid bake. That doesn't sound right. Squid bake. I'm not. You will never see me at a squid bake. Erect a statue. Housing project. Bake pie. Boy, this doesn't exactly sound like.
Sounds cozy.
It does. Research steel. It's like they're kind of like all over the place, aren't they?
Oh, I guess maybe you're converting resources?
Yes, fancy shindig. I want to go to one.
You like resource conversion.
Yes, supply militia. Oh, this one I like the best. Chum the water.
Oh my god.
We're going to be chumming the water.
This sounds fun. I thought this was the cutest theme, so that's why I put in for this one.
Piracy. Steal a resource of your choice from one rival. Dark ritual. Whatever the dark ritual is.
Ooh, it's dark.
Hold on. It ends in...
I know, it's hard.
There it is. See it? There's like
definitely not. I try to be school.
Cry wolf. Do not cry wolf. Sign autographs. This really is like all over the place.
What is My Tentacle Terror then, Andy? Is that a game? Because this is a channel about games.
Maybe. What? Okay. Yes. Please explain. Please explain.
I keep it.
Sabotage. Gossip. The player with the most fame loses one.
So there's some take that in this.
Oh, and taunt tentacles.
Taunt tentacles.
One like tentacle attacks. Subterfuge. They've really got good vocabulary here. Name a task. The next player may not complete that task on their next turn. Just name it. Next player can't do it. Host game night.
Oh. Okay, it gets you stars.
Review new game.
Oh, well.
And complete a set.
Okay, there's sets.
So it's interesting.
Interesting. I know it's worker placement. That's the main mechanic in this game, as I recall. I watched a review on the Dice Tower
Anyway, how bad could it be?
I heard it was a good, actually.
Give me a rubber band for these.
Okay.
He has like this little
oh, I got a utility cart here now, which is very helpful, especially in situations like this. I want to get a thinner one for that.
Yeah,
works better for decks of cards. Okay. I'm excited for this one. This one looks
interesting.
Cute. So we could do it for our aquatical theme. I still want to do our aquatical summer. So in July and August. So we're going to try to make that happen and do those aqua themed games we didn't get to last year also.
Okay.
And we can finish punching this out later. Unless you guys want to get some ASMR punching action. It's one of the nicknames I gave to the kid I ate. Oh, Tentacle Terror. Oh, I remember this story now. Mr. Drew. Okay. Patience is a virtue.
Yes, that is true. That's
reminds me of a line from that Fife song.
Old school
Patience is in short supply. We don't need to fight and cry. Is this all gonna fit in here right now?
Yeah, let me put that.
Is this gonna fit? Make it fit. There's a board that needs to go in here right now.
Apparently, I have a
we're gonna need to punch this out to make this fit
making
right now.
Something that's nicely packed no longer fit.
Start punching out, Bo.
Am I really?
We're gonna have to get this all to fit back in here.
Oh.
I think. Because, yeah.
Ooh, are you enjoying this at home? Because this is really fun.
Punching out's fun. Do it nice and loud.
I am. I mean, you know what? This would make a good center.
Yeah. Get them busy.
Yes, here, kids, just punch these out. They would love that. It's
sure. Oh, but you didn't show them one of the coolest components other than the tentacles. There's some kind of harpoon here.
Mm-hmm.
And is this a stand-up? I don't know. This isn't fitting. How does it work?
I don't know, but one of the little pieces flew over here. I don't want.
Yeah.
Yep, I need to get it.
We're gonna unbox Coco, but I think that'll be quicker because it's just a rolling around.
It's a smaller game for sure.
This is the bigger one for sure. Yeah. It's cool. Is it cute? It's cute if nothing else.
Yeah, I could see why you were,
And we like worker placement games, so what's not to like?
Yeah.
And tentacles. Tentacles. We're suckers for anything with tentacles. Oh my god, is this all actually going to fit in here? I hate inserts like this where they create negative space. I'm probably going to take that out.
I would.
To make this
that's
fit.
How it will fit.
I don't know how this is all going to fit when you have to put this board on top of here. So, yeah, that's happening. This is how I am with my Euro games, too.
Alright, we're halfway there.
We're halfway there. Did they give us baggies for these? No.
Living on air.
Then there's all this.
We'll make it, I swear.
I think these are going to have to get punched out, too.
Okay.
Here, I'm going to pull this out a little bit. Okay, well there's that, and I like to save these because maybe I will make a project out of all my used punch boards someday. Maybe I'll make a huge fort. Should see how many I have.
Of these? Like you can make a fort?
I have a whole shelf full of them.
All we need is some
well, I like them because they're like lattices, and so my idea is I was going to like layer the lattices together to create like this sort of honeycomb pattern. You know?
Sounds like an action star. Layered lattice.
And they have, did they give us baggies for this?
I don't know.
I don't think they did. There's this big old thing. I just put it in there. Ooh, there's more stickers. I think these are probably for the meeples, these stickers.
Is this for some kind of,
you can put them on the sides of the meeples. I guess they're the villagers or whatever.
Is this like one of those spinner? Is that a spinner?
There better not be a spinner in this game.
Why, you hate spinners?
I hate spinners, yes.
Well, I think this is what this is.
Hopefully it's more like a resource wheel. A la Uwe Rosenberg, but maybe it is a spinner. It's probably to track the tentacle attacks or something. There is some kind of push your luck element or fighting, dice rolling thing. There's no dice though. Is there dice?
No.
I don't know how it works fighting the tentacle monster then.
Are we putting all of these in this?
Well, let me get you some baggies for now, I guess.
For now, I think
I do have baggies, and I will want to separate these eventually. But we don't need to sit here and organize all that right now.
No. Well, people get bored and antsy.
Sometimes I do. I don't know. I love watching the relaxing, like ASMR, watch as I organize my game I just unboxed video. That's kind of a little bit.
What was that word for people that will watch anything? It's like really purposeless.
What is that?
Purposeless stuff. We were just talking about that yesterday. I just learned it, but
Does
obviously
this
I
tiny
didn't
little thing know something? No, that came out of here, right?
Maybe.
I'm gonna save it just in case because I got burned that time with Meadow.
Mr. Drew, do you remember what I'm pretty sure it was while you were the word for looking at Oh wait. Oh.
Are you done with this?
It's something.
MTA.
He was talking to one of our students and saying he didn't like to watch this kind of stuff. All right.
Okay, let's see if we can fit it now.
I think we can.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you have to do. You have to take it out. So what was the point of that negative space insert?
Yeah.
Publishers! That's all I'm saying.
It makes it look like it would be neat, but in reality...
It doesn't. It's all an illusion and a lie. Okay, Kokoro. Let's see what's in here.
Kokoro.
And I'll bring this one in. I'll bring in...
Oh, it's got a little rule book, so that's good. That
good.
means there isn't too much.
Wow, there's sure a lot of pens in here. I guess it plays up to 8, huh?
Players draw paths on their play mats up to 8, trying to connect features, caterpillars, and flowers to sanctuaries and guardians. At the end of each round, a sanctuary is scored as long as it is connected to more features than the previous sanctuary. All sanctuaries that score no points during the game will result in a 5-point penalty at the end of the game. The player with the most points after 5 rounds wins
it's like route
the game.
building.
Yeah, and
okay, I like a good route builder.
Yeah.
What are these for? Sanctuary. Speaking of, we're going to talk about the game or the games at the convention a little bit once we're done with this part. Oh, this is this like an expansion? Reveal Kodama from the unused Kodama cards. At the end of this season, each player scores points as if they played this Kodama in addition to Kodama they play normally. Are these mixed in? Are these modules? Moonlight. At the beginning of the game, roll the placement die, and each player draws a crescent moon in the corresponding space. Re-roll if the space is not empty. The surrounding spaces are considered to have double the amount of caterpillars. For all scoring purposes. Oh, this sounds cute.
This is what
does the board look
boards
like?
And cards.
Yeah, this yeah, I think that's these dudes. There's a little. How many sided die is this? It's 10. 10 sided die.
So they're advertising all these other games on the side.
Where are you pointing at? They can't see that. The screen's too small.
Well, I'm just saying.
What's going on here? There's caterpillars. There's bee houses. What are those?
No, I think those are those are the sanctuaries, probably. Yeah, the things that look like a lantern are a sanctuary.
Interesting. Okay, this should be interesting.
And these are the path cards.
We're trying to draw paths for the caterpillars or what?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, and there's displays up to 8.
Yes.
Wow, there's 8 boards in there.
Yeah.
Chill.
So basically, this is like the gameplay is one paragraph, playing around, drawing a path, looking at the next sanctuary card, and then scoring, and then game end and final scoring. So it looks like
we needed more light Roll Knights to collection. Can always have more of those. That and light card games, and especially because Roll Knights play so many players usually, I think that was a smart addition to the collection. Kokoro.
Kokoro. It's just a fun word to say.
Kokoro. Okay, so that's, I think, all the top-down action we are going to need for this this stream. So, we should talk about some of the games we play tested, huh? Brain rot, Andy says.
Oh yeah, it was brain rot.
Brain rot.
This is getting dangerously
James would talk about it.
No,
I mean this is what we're like on live streams. So we're usually playing the game. No,
I want a T-shirt. I live for brain rot.
Or we're doing stats. So Thursday there was a game I played. I did want to talk about a couple of the button shies I got played with John. As you know, that's how we met him. His first game was published by Button Shine. He's trying to get more published with them. And I have so many of these things here, these wallet games that need to be played. Like there is it's so messy right now.
So there's 18 cards. These are all 18 card games. Exactly.
And so I am a member Board Game of the Month Club, member with them, Wallet Game of the Month Club with them. So I have a lot that I've not played through. So I wanted him to help me. He's good at teaching the button shies to me. And so we did Pizza Yum Yum, which I think you would really like. This is basically, I'm not sure I would call it an I Split You Choose, because it's more like an I Split and Give kind of thing. So
you don't choose. It's just like, I'll give you this and I'll take
I think it
this.
is you have a hand of 4 cards and you play 1 to your own pizza, 1 to the other person's pizza, and then 1 for the scoring goal. And then you rinse.
Does it have rotten ingredients to put on other people's pizzas?
No, but it's I can't remember if it's cooperative.
Like pickles. Although I'm sure there are people that put pickles on pizza.
I don't think it's cooperative. Is it? No, it's not. I think it's competitive still. Yeah, I think it's competitive. Yeah, it's competitive. 3 rounds, and it was a really clever little I Split, because you're trying to build the pizza right. So you have 4 cards to build the pizza. Here, I turned the face down one off, but you have the different parts of the pizza, right? And they have a couple ingredients on them, and then on the top part of the card, when you have this as a scoring card, that's going to determine how many points you're going to get for each ingredient. So if there's going to be 4 scoring cards by the end, I think, and if between all the scoring cards I have 4 pepperoni, I'm going to score 4 points for each pepperoni that's on my pizza, basically. So you get to contribute half the cards to your pizza, and the other person contributes half to their pizza, and also for the scoring. So there's an interesting.
Did you just skip this one recently?
I've had it for a while, actually. I've had most of these for a while. So this one was really fun. I liked it. I want to play it with you. It's 2-player only. So it was just kind of, I guess it basically is still I Split You Choose, but it was an interesting twist on I Split You Choose. And it was really quick and easy to learn. Then we did this Champion Land one. There's a whole series of these by Julio and Nazario, who is the designer of that Holy game, remember? With the 3D checker thing.
Oh, yeah.
Themed one.
Interesting.
So he has a series of these. There's a wrestling one and a track and field. This is the track and field
one. I like
one.
the art in that one.
It's very Italo-futurist.
That's what I like about it.
I do love the art in this, too. So you got, the different runners and stuff. And so this one is you're trying to play sequences. So it's a tug of war game, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So you have 3 rows that you're playing into. And so you basically, I play a card, you play a card, and you're trying to basically volley back and forth. Actually, was that the volleyball one? Do we play the volleyball one or the track and field one? This is the wrong one. We played the volleyball one. That's the one where you're basically playing cards back and forth, which makes more sense thematically for volleyball. This is the wrong one. But anyway.
Anyway, you got to play those.
Anyway, you're trying to play sequences, so you can play cards sequentially. So if I play a 1 here, the next card I play has to be a 2, etc., etc. But there's like a couple of different scoring cards, which let you kind of move things around. But basically, someone will win, basically gain dominance in one row if they have basically a higher value than the other person on that side. If anyone gets dominance in 2 out of the 3 by the end of the turn, the start of their next turn, they immediately win the round. So it's this whole like tug of war thing. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm listening.
Oh, you're listening. It was okay. It was simpler than I thought it was going to be. So that's why I want to try the other ones, like this track and field one and the wrestling one, and see. That one, it just didn't have enough levers or spice for me. It was very competitive. If you were both good at it, it would be, I think, a very, like, it almost felt like a card battler, like head-to-head, a little bit, like Battle Line. If you've ever played that game, it had that kind of vibe going on in it, with a little bit of, you can manipulate kind of what's going on a little bit, like there's certain cards that happen. Oh, but I didn't explain the most important part. You can't reorder the cards in your hand that you're playing out. You have to either take a card from the left, last card on the left, or the last card on the right.
Oh, that's like John's game, Fruit Cocktail.
Well, it's not like that anymore, but one version
doesn't it have he doesn't have the thing where you go from one side or the other anymore?
No, he does. Yeah, you can go from one side or the other in this version of Fruit Cocktail. I'm sorry, there's been several, so I get it twisted. So that part was interesting. So it's almost like programming a little bit, then in that sense, the order in which you're able to play out the cards matters. But I feel there was enough mitigation of that, of what you can. So it's like, okay, if I have a crappy hand, there's only so much I can do to manipulate. So there's like a handful of cards that let you do some manipulation of moving stuff around, but not a lot. So, but, John was trying to explain to me, the trick, the strategy about it. I'm like, well, which basically boiled down to, well, it's the order in which you play them. You have to look at what you have at the beginning, kind of like in trick taking, and sort of plot out the sequence in which you're going to play them. But there's a wrong sequence. And if you play even one card at the wrong time, that's it. For you in the round. It's kind of like that. Harsh. It is a little punishing, unless, but if you're both equally good at it, you'll have that tug of war element going on in it.
Well, that's in a real tug of war. That's how it is. It's like one slip up,
Yeah, exactly. Still clever to put that into 18 cards though. So
Shoot, I don't know.
So it was a solid design, but just I'm not sure how much replayability it would have for me and for us necessarily, because if we're gonna do a tug of war, I'd probably rather play Kude versus Lakia. And at least have funny rabbits, deck building.
These French rabbits that are getting a divorce.
Are they French?
Well, aren't they?
Kune versus Lakia. They still sound Greek to me, but
maybe
that's just because it's a Greek designer. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Aren't all rabbits French? Really? They're all royalty.
But that is true. We are all royalty. The little prince, as they say in Polish.
No, it's the little king. It's
little king. Yeah.
Little king. Yeah, the Polish word for rabbit is little king.
Yeah.
Should be like little. I don't know. What's that word?
A little tyrant.
Yes. Thank you. That's what I was thinking.
Anyway, so the convention itself, right? We talked about that.
On to the convention.
That happened on Thursday. So the first
the first day wasn't even like
Friday.
Much of the convention because
it took us a while to get there.
It did, because we went to the Oakland Zoo first.
We did on the way there. We had plotted it such because we wanted to go there in the fall, but it was raining the day we wanted to go, so it didn't end up happening. So we wanted to do it this time. And baby, what is your review of the Oakland Zoo?
I love the Oakland Zoo because it's really pretty where it is. It's up in the Oakland Hills, kind of like near San Leandro, I think.
It's in Oakland.
Oh yeah. Well, but that was nearby. Anyway, the enclosures were good size. There were several animals that were out, particularly bears. We got to see these grizzly bears, and they were right up close, you know.
They were playing in the water.
Yeah.
They had a lot of them. They had like 5 grizzly bears.
And they were like being really playful, too.
They were.
I got a number of pictures. We also took pictures of the black bears, and surprise, surprise, black bears are not black. They're actually brown.
Some are. It just depends on where they're from.
I guess. Their
like
bears were not black. They were not black bears. They were brown bears. And we didn't even get to see the sun bears because I don't know why.
We kind of missed that little corner of the zoo because at that point we were running short on time and I wanted to ride the train over. So it's weird because this zoo, there's several different areas that aren't connected to each other because it's built into the hills and they have a lot of very open enclosures. So like you have to take like this gondola ride from the lower part of the zoo to the higher part of the zoo. That's on top of the hill.
Fun.
Which is where they have the bears and the bison and stuff. It was fun, actually. I'm desperately afraid of heights, but at least I felt safe in this gondola because you're like it's like you're like in a little bubble. So, you know, if the cord snaps, we're gonna die. So it's like how I feel about airplanes. Like I have no control over it, so there's no use worrying.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't want to look down either.
I did.
But it was fun. But that part is free because that's the only way to get to that part of the zoo. But what's interesting, the train ride wasn't free, and that's the only way to get to the Australia part of the zoo. But it's like the up close and personal. So this train goes through the emus and the kangaroos share this exhibit, this big exhibit at this one corner of the zoo, and the train just goes right through it. So the train had to stop for a little bit.
I know we were like
because emus were blocking the track. And then when we spun around the other way, like the kangaroos are a bunch of joeys that were like
a few feet away, like a couple, like you could.
And they're just chilling in the sun. They're like, "Oh, here comes another load."
Yeah,
Tourists,
it's true. They look so bored. Like, God.
I hate emus though. I hate emus so much.
Well,
but the kangaroos are.
He has bad memories.
But my favorite exhibit to see was the reptile house because the black dragons are out and they're so cute. We love lizards, obviously, as you all know. And they were feeding. The zookeeper came and he was doing a feeding of the black dragons at the exact moment that I was there.
It's always fun to watch them feed those things.
Yeah, Rich couldn't stay in there because it was humid as Hades. So you know they were keeping the lizards very comfortable, and they're like, screw the humans.
Yeah, if you want to associate with them, you're going to have to
and
take the humidity.
They had a huge tank with like 1,000,001 turtles in it, which was also cool. And they had like the southwestern American lizard exhibit. They had a bunch
was more desert like that.
Yeah, a bunch of spiny lizards. Did they have a Gila?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing it.
Did they have any beardies? No, it was the spiny lizards mostly.
They look almost like beardies.
They look very similar to bearded dragons, yeah. No, they had a really cool reptile house. I liked them a lot. What else was great at that zoo? There's so much landscaping. It was like an arboretum practically.
It was very lush.
Very lush, yeah. And so many different parts. Like, you know, we had and cheaper as far as zoos go. Like, it was one of the better zoos we've been to in California.
Yeah, I mean, it had a great giraffe exhibit. It had something like 5 or 6 or 7.
It wasn't bad.
Giraffes.
I think San Francisco has the best giraffe exhibit.
Does it?
It does. Yeah, it's the biggest one because they have so much space. Like a quarter of that zoo is the giraffe exhibit.
The problem with the San Francisco Zoo is it's frequently like really cold there. So
it's true.
So bundle up. That's all.
And that means a lot of the animals might not be out, but that's why they have the penguins. The
penguins are the favorite thing at the San Francisco Zoo.
It's true. It's true.
They didn't have. I don't think they had penguins at this one. They had otters.
I didn't see any.
I did.
You saw
he
one?
He was inside this little flotation thing.
Oh, he was hiding?
Yeah. He was inside it, but laying on his back and floating. It was really cute.
Did they have an alligator there? Or a crocodile?
No, not that I remember seeing.
I remember. What else did they have?
They had lemurs that were...
Oh, and gibbons! They had gibbons, the ones with the super long arms that swing like crazy acrobats.
Gibbons, and they make these whooping sounds.
No, lemurs make the whooping sounds. The gibbons do make a different kind of sound, but it's the arms and the swinging that's so cool. They're from Southeast Asia. Maybe. Anyway, Oakland Zoo. You should definitely do it if you're in the Bay Area.
It's a little cheaper, too, than the San Francisco.
It was. It's like 26 versus like 30. So, yeah, that was pretty good. So we had only done one scheduled game on Friday, which was Rascally Rabbits. That was the trick taker where your hand is just one card.
It was really interesting. Because it had a very unique kind of play. Yeah,
it reminded me of Cat in the Box a little bit. So, like, the one card you have is, like, there's different... It's basically a unique grid of different numbers. So, each card has, like, a different kind of setup of numbers. And then there's icons, like the suits on the sort of X and Y axis.
The suits were like all vegetables, like radishes, carrots.
Right, the rabbits are eating the veggies. That's the theme of the game. So before you start doing any of the tricks, you're supposed to draw this line, which is like your garden wall, which basically, when you're trying to select, so instead of playing a card, you like circle the number, and that's like you playing the trick, and you have a little standee where you can like write what number you did, just in case nobody heard it, which I was doing because there was not a lot of good listening happening from the other end of the table. And so basically whatever you circle, you can circle that one and use typical trick taking where, it's a must follow game. So like if you have the number and suit, you have to do that one. But it's a bidding trick taking game. So you're trying to win the number of tricks you predict at the beginning of the round is the main way that you get points in this game. However, if you get 0 tricks, you can score these Rascally Rabbits, which give you some like extra bonus points, but you can only score them if you get like 0 tricks. But what's interesting is at the beginning, so you're choosing. You have to cross out a couple of numbers. You choose one suit on either the X or Y axis to mark off. So like when you're making the wall to separate out your garden, basically, and I'm looking on the X and Y axis, if I crossed out like the mushroom suit up here, and someone plays like, let's say, a 7 of mushrooms, and I crossed out a mushroom up here, I can't then play my 8 of mushrooms there because I crossed out the mushroom here and it's there. Unless I also have my other mushroom on this axis here. So where you place the wall can block off what you're trying to find on your X and Y axes. It would make more sense if you kind of saw it. Like the teach was not the best because it's a little dense. Like the first round you're like, wait, why does it matter where I draw this line? And
but I do get one thing from this, which is he criticizes when I teach games because I kind of jump around a little bit, and I do get it because
you're showing strategy forward,
Well, I interject a lot, which is what I do. That's just like my speaking pattern is to interject a lot, and I noticed that a lot of times when they're explaining games, I feel like they jump right into the middle, and then you have to kind of find your way back to the beginning because it's like okay.
Right, so he did a pretty good job explaining the setup, and so you have a screen, around your card so people can't see like what order you're crossing stuff off and what's going on in your garden. So there's a really good explanation of the setup and the rules printed on your private player screen. So I was kind of following that. So, it was fine. I understood what was going on. And he did a fairly okay job, explaining the setup. But then he didn't really explain, like, what is the strategic importance of how you mark stuff off.
No, I was not. I just wasn't getting that.
There was 3 rounds of that game?
Yeah, something like that.
But it was a very good game. Like, at the end of it, it's like, oh, I like this. Because it's very Cat in the Box-esque. Because Cat in the Box has a similar thing where, you have that central board where instead you're putting your cubes to mark off which suits are still available to you, basically. Because that's a suitless game where you're applying the suits using your cubes on that central board. It gave me that same sense of that kind of puzzle. Because at the beginning, you get to curate your hand a little bit. So the way you're marking stuff off on your card is basically affecting the order in which you're going to be able to play out the tricks. So, like, in a lot of trick-taking games, this is why I struggle with, especially bidding trick-taking games, because I'm so bad at accurately getting the number of tricks I
did it once. How many times did you guess correctly?
Twice. Out of the 3, which is not bad.
Yeah, I only got it once.
So you have a lot more agency as opposed to just feeling like it's the luck of the draw, right? So I like that you get that ability to basically kind of curate your hand a little bit so it's basically a trick and right in that sense. Yeah. What else?
On to the next. Very good game. Tate Wu, by the way. And he's done other stuff. What Fork is one of his.
I have another trick-taking game of his that is it's food chain themed.
And he's very nice.
He was very nice. And we'll get back to that more. So on the morning of Saturday, so we signed up for 5 official games, and they were all play testing. Like I said, we were all up in the proto spiel. And so the next morning we played another rabbit-themed game, Haunted Burrows, which was a rabbit-themed Euro game with bag building and real-time elements, which he introduced halfway through the learning game, which I appreciated that. And a lot of cute little rabbit meeples.
Yeah, they were very cute.
And a lot of engine building. Basically, you're building this huge tableau, which represents your burrow, and there's all kinds of... There's a little bit of route building along with the engine building, and there's like these quests you can go on, and basically it was a midweight Euro, kind of by the numbers Euro, but I like the...
Who won that one?
Not me.
I think I might have won it.
You were the one that won it, because you had the most quests completed.
I did. I was,
Beginner's luck.
With a lot, like with so many Euros, like
did you
there's
win
different ways to win.
Did you win Tate's trick-taking game too?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I remember winning Haunted Burrow, though.
Yes, I recall distinctly, because the designer made a point to say, oh, yeah, he went for that quest strategy, man, Because we were playing with this, like, father and daughter trio, 2 daughters, I think.
Yeah.
And they were really competing with each other, because there's skirmishing you can do, which is kind of, like, determines, like, the turn order in which you can, like, draft things from the central board. And they were just skirmishing it up and getting all, like, the mitigation for the skirmishing. So they're getting plus 10,
plus 20. It is fun
20,
to watch how other people play games at these things. Because, you are there with strangers. Although there's people we knew, too. But it's kind of fun to see how other people play games. Because it can be very different from the way you play games.
Yeah, they were funny. And I really enjoyed the game. It's more my style of game than your style of game generally, but rabbit meeples.
Yeah. There were ghost rabbits.
Oh, those are the white rabbits that were junking up your bag. So it's all about the bag curation. It reminded me of Grove's a bit.
It did.
Yeah, a little more souped up than Grove's, perhaps, but similar thing going on with the bag curation.
Must have been a good game because it kind of... Yeah, like,
you want to play it again, try a different strategy.
Yeah,
it's one of those Euros where, like, there's enough going on and so many different cards that you could draft because you have, like, basic cards and you have more souped up cards and then you have the quest cards. And then there's so many different... You're basically building out... Are you building out additional action spots, basically, in your burrow? Or are they all the same action spots the whole time? I think you were building out additional action spots, similar to Groves, where you're kind of like... The tiles you add either give you additional abilities or they give you spots to put on your meeple where you can trigger, like, new actions. So, yeah, I always like that.
It was a pretty clever game. And
it was solid.
Yeah. some of these games are, I don't know, because we don't know exactly what the game market is right now.
Well, he's been developing it for a while, and he said it had been signed, but it got dropped by the publisher it had been signed with, which is not uncommon. So he's shopping it around again,
but it was pretty close. I think it was pretty close to done. I don't really think there'd be much.
The only thing I would say is, like, I thought it was really hard to draft cards, but that might have just been me playing dumb in the first half of the game, which is mea culpa.
Well, playing dumb, whatever.
Because, like, if you don't place a rabbit on that one action spot, you don't get to draft anything. That's the only way you can draft cards in games. So you can only draft, like, one card per round. But there's, like, 10 rounds, which is a lot.
That's why I thought I was going to lose. I kept thinking, because I had the quest cards, but you're right, it was hard to get.
There is a card that once you build it in your burrow allows you to draft 2 cards. I lied.
That's what I would be going after the second time.
I think there's a lot of replayability in it because there's so many. The engine you would build would be so different every time.
And I feel like a lot of Euros are that way. You have to one of our very first was Praetor, and very soon after we started playing this, we realized how important it was to get the retired workers, where you get to use the retired workers for free.
Yeah, depends which side of your board you're playing on. Also, because there's B-sides,
but like certain things, you just realize, you got to have that. It's just so much easier to win if you do certain.
Some games are like, if you don't do this, you're gonna lose, or if you do this, you're gonna win. I don't think that game was quite that bad. Probably, I don't know. I'd have to play it more. Obviously, it's one to look out for though. I really enjoyed it, and rabbits. We love music themes and rabbit themes. Those are all the games I have to own. So, your Rascally Rabbits and Haunted Burrows are on the list. So then, what did we play after that on Saturday?
I think after that we just went directly to the game design challenge.
We did. Yes, and that was really fun.
Unless we played some little.
And then after that, we played Sanctuary, the game of cat rescue. So we went from rabbits to cats.
That was probably my favorite. I didn't win, but.
Do you want to talk about the game?
Yeah, it just, as far as ease of play, that was probably the easiest one to learn.
Family weight, I would say. Pretty accessible.
Family weight. I think you're right. I think that would be a good game for people that are beyond,
the gateway gamer status.
Sorry, and beyond life and some of those other games. But it's definitely a good game. It was fun to play, and we're both really strong on themes. We like games with strong themes.
Right, so
and you felt like you were saving those cats' lives.
You're running a cat rescue, and you're trying to adopt cats out. So you have, 2 conveyor belts in the game, basically. So you have, cats that are coming out that need to be adopted, and if they don't get adopted, they're going to end up going over the Rainbow Bridge. And this game is kind of semi-cooperative in that if, I think it's 3 or 4, if you let too many cats go over the Rainbow Bridge, everyone is going to lose automatically. Yeah. So there's this sort of cooperative potential end game condition that you're all mutually.
Plus, you can foster. You have a sanctuary yourself, and I think you can.
You have a little board which you can unfold, so you can expand your sanctuary.
You can keep up to 8 cats or something.
Well, the board starts on the side where you can only keep 4, I think. Then if you expand your patio, that adds 1. If you expand your attic, that adds 2.
And then you can foster to other people.
What?
Yeah, there was fostering going on.
Yeah, so I didn't finish explaining what the second conveyor belt was.
Oh, well, bad me.
Yes, it's true. You're bad kitty. Bad kitty! So the second conveyor belt is the people.
Where's my cat?
You're trying to adopt the cats to, or whatever. Oh, there is a fostering thing. You're right. We're fostering the cats on our board. That's what's happening.
Wait, where is it?
Where's he going? He's trying to find his cat ears.
Not the cat ears.
Because this designer was passing out free plastic cat ears. The tiger mask, the pink tiger mask.
Yeah, but I don't know where it went.
He can't find it. He's just a lost kitty now.
No, all right.
But anyway, it's kind of similar to Her Street in that there's like this laundry list of like little icons on the side that the potential adopters are looking for in their adopted cat. And then the cats have a certain number of icons. So you're trying to get the icons to match up to sort of magnetize the two together. Because they don't have to have absolutely everything. They just have to have like a certain number. And then you're rolling a die to kind of make up the difference. So there's a bunch of like die mitigation and resource mitigation going on in the game also. And you're trying to... That's also acting as like a conveyor belt. And that's the main way you get points. You get points every time you successfully matchmake the cat and the adopter, basically. Mm-hmm. And then there's a bunch of point salad with scoring goals and stuff. Like I said, it's on the lighter side. I would say it's the heavier side of light. Like, it's probably on the level of... It's not quite as complex as, like, Wingspan, but I would say it's...
Oh, I think that's kind of similar to Wingspan in terms
of... There's elements. I wouldn't say there's a lot of engine building going on in the game. It's mostly about mitigation and resource management, but the resources you're managing basically are the cats you have in your sanctuary and the combination of that. So he has sort of like this conveyor belt mechanic to kind of keep the market moving, but I'm not sure that the adopter market was moving quite quick enough for me, because basically each adopter can adopt 2 cats before they're flushed from the board, and I think it should just be 1. I think it should just be first come, first serve, because certain adopters are looking for like a particular cat, like species, or like sometimes the cats you have, their resources aren't matching up very well with the adopters in the market. But I think that's also why every cat has like a certain number of mitigation in addition to your die rolls. So that's sort of the push your luck element where you're trying to make up the difference. Mm-hmm. So you can get to that magic number that you need to match with that particular adopter. Bye, Tim. Cool.
What's Tim doing? It's 3 hours later.
Yeah, it's 10 for him. He's got to work. Yeah, watch
out. We understand.
This game is coming to Kickstarter in October, by the way. So this one is pretty much done, I would say. That is my only slight criticism of it, is like, I'm not sure you were flushing the market quite quickly enough. Which would be easy enough to house rule and just have it be like, okay, it's just whatever they adopt 1 cat, they just go after that instead of waiting to adopt 2.
You could certainly try it and see if you liked it better.
But you really liked it. It was fun.
I thought it was great.
I did like it.
It's
a good weight for that theme.
But like for a lot of games, by the end of it, I start getting a feeling for the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Even when I win, it's like that. Because it's towards the end that it finally starts sinking in, like what the game is.
Well,
for me, I don't.
Tate's teach wasn't great. This guy's teach wasn't, left some things to be desired. Also, it took us a while to get set up, and the other guy was having a lot of AP in addition. So, like, I had basically figured out the game by the end of the first round.
Oh yeah, it was slow. This was a really long game because the other guy we were playing with was being very slow.
We were chilling though.
Yeah, we didn't care.
It was a leisurely game, but it was something that I think like we were playing it at 2, or if people were used to playing it a lot, it'd be like an hour game. Like I think maybe an hour-ish. If you're playing with a full player count of like 4, but I liked it.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, because we didn't even stay Monday, so Sunday we got in another game with Tate Wu, who's a really talented designer. So we played this, it's an I Split You Choose game that's garden themed, so it's called Promenade Garden, and it uses poker melts. So, so we started with a trick-taking game on Friday.
This was a pretty sophisticated game, I would say.
It was. There's several steps to it. So if I recall, you start with, you make the meld to... No, you're bidding first. There's a bidding thing first.
There's a bidding, there's some
you're bidding with the melts.
Card changing where you... a lot of that.
So you have a hand of 7, am I right? Or
Right,
it
was a hand of 7.
Hand of 7, so basically you're splitting your bids for the cards in the market. So it's like 2 to 1 for the flowers in the market, basically. And I think there was like 7 different colors or something like that. And some flowers want to be connected to flower beds and, yada, yada, yada. But basically, so like, let's say I play a pair here, and you have to do it face down. Then I'm going to play, like, let's say, a 3 of a kind and over here. And then I can play another pair over here. And then basically, whoever has the higher value meld, and he has, the back of the card shows you the hierarchy of the melds in this game. They're going to get that card, and then after that, and you got to place it in your garden. So you're doing a little bit of tableau building, not like a big tableau. I think it's a max of 7 rows of cards, or 7 columns. Basically, each column you can only have 2 cards, so you can have a flower and a flower bed, and that's it. So there's a little bit of point curation going on in your tableau. That's very tight. But then after that, you're going to give, 3 cards to the other player. And then there's another step in there. Basically, whatever, and you have to discard the rest. So whatever cards you give to the other player, they're going to basically carry, this is the Hold'em, the Texas Hold'em elements in the game. They're going to carry that into the next round, and those cards are probably going to get seeded back into the market. So there's sort of this gifting element, but he incentivizes it by making
But you're setting yourself up, perhaps.
Potentially, or I'm just setting you up for a really good bid to outbid me. So there's this interesting kind of tug going. It's almost semi-cooperative if you want to play it that way, or it could be a little bit of bluffing also.
That's why I said it was a sophisticated game, because it's
very subtle.
Yeah, there was a lot of subtlety into it, and I don't even think we could fully. I don't even know if we tapped all of that. I could sense it though.
Yeah, and it was snappy. It was a really good two player only game. I really liked it as a 2-player only game. I thought it was the I split you choose card game par excellence other than Tussie Messy is Jixie Academy, otherwise known as Hannah Mikoji. But we have the Jixie Academy version with the boys, as opposed to the geisha. I like this better as an I Split You Choose game.
I like the ones with the boys.
Sure. More homoerotic that way. This one, though, he's a very sophisticated designer. So after that, he's like, oh, yeah, and I have a game for sale in the exhibit hall right now. So we got this game. And we got him to sign. We also got.
Well, we got the deluxe version.
Yeah, so we got the deluxe Kickstarter version, which we got him to sign, and he's Taiwanese, so he actually wrote his name in Chinese characters, which I thought was fun. Cool. And so, but we got the Kickstarter edition, but then we also bought this little mini card expansion to go with it. I guess this is one of his more recent games that's come out. Also 2-player only. I think it's you're building an art exhibit or something like that. And he did all the art himself. These
art is really
that looked like Monet lily pads and stuff. It was really cool. But anyway, we didn't realize we opened the Kickstarter game and it already had this expansion in it. So I decided, okay, let's just go buy the base game copy and we'll do it as a giveaway. So we're going to cover this game for our Aquatical summer. Some point this summer. I'm not sure when, but then we're going to be doing a giveaway with it. So that's in the works. And then what else did we play on Sunday? Well, we did more play testing.
Well, we went to the Reiner Knizia-thon.
The Knizia-thon and played Raw, the classic.
It was so good. I did really. I said that Sanctuary is my favorite because I like that one. But that's of the proto spiel. Of the actual game, we didn't even play that many that are established games. But Raw was really good.
We should get a copy of it. But there's the new 25th Century Game Edition, which I heard is kind of expensive, but I heard it's really fancy looking. But I probably might just get an used copy of that, for sure.
That's what we were playing. It was from the library.
The Uber Spiel or whatever, it was an old German edition. It looked like it. It was very
That's true. Things are not good. The numbers that say they play. My voice is might need to unplug it.
Hopefully that's better.
Back in or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
L-O-L.
L-O-L. Yeah, Indigo.
And then what else did you play?
Samurai, which is also a classic Knizia game. Area Control, and nothing but the area control. Now, John felt that was more abstract even than Indigo, which Indigo was much more of an abstract
so
thing,
he
but
didn't
he enjoyed
really
that
like
one.
either of those?
He doesn't like area control, apparently.
We both like area
He's
control.
always said that's why he refuses to play Kahuna, because it makes him anxious. And he, like, overthinks things.
Yeah, it is a kind of anxiety-producing game, but that's part of the fun of it.
I'm turning this game way down.
There.
It's going too red. I don't know what's going on with that. Probably because I took the screen off. I should put it back on. But anyway, yeah, Samurai. I mean, there's hex tiles. You're in Japan. You're basically trying to have like your little tiles with the numbers on them. There's like different suits that correspond to these different tokens in the villages that you're trying to basically claim. And once a village is completely surrounded by land, whoever has more strength, which is to say a bigger total in numbers around the village, get to take the tokens of that particular type. And then there's sort of like whoever gets the majority, it's majority scoring at the end. So whoever has the most tokens in a type wins that category, and whoever wins 2 out of the 3 wins, kind of thing. Reiner Knizia really likes majority scoring.
He just said that a little anxiety never hurt anyone.
I love Kahuna. I love area control. Well, I would say love. I like area control. Like, it's not something I want to play all the time.
He's really good at Kahuna. Now, it's my game, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you bought it for me.
I bought it for you.
You did buy it for me.
You bought me Fog of Love.
Oh, that's right.
One of our first videos is us exchanging those. So.
And I love Kahuna, but he's actually the one that's good at it.
I am really good at it because I played a lot of randos on BGA that game. So you're building bridges between the islands.
My game that I almost always win.
Whoever has the most bridges,
what is it?
Is going to be the greatest wizard of the Pacific.
Okay, but what's the game that I usually win? We play it a lot on BGA.
Super Mega Lucky Box.
Super Mega Lucky Box.
So Walker Harding, praise be.
I know. I am the Super Mega Lucky Box.
You are. Y'all share a passion. It's true. It's true. That's a good pairing then. How lucky. Yeah, I love Super Mega Lucky Box. That's such an addictive game. It's basically...
It's like bingo.
It's bingo with engine building.
Yeah. It is, and it's just addictive for some reason.
It's that whole, because you have it's the bingo thing. You're trying to complete the rows and you're trying to finish the card and get on to the next one. I mean, also very abstract.
I'm just really good at picking cards for one.
You are a smarter drafter than I.
On that one. It's just weird how that works, that certain games, you're just... Our friend Celia's always wins it.
Well, my eyes are...
But you found out the secret.
Gee, she taught me the secret, yeah.
She taught him the secret.
She taught me the secret. It's not that big of a secret, but you just pay attention.
Shh. Don't give the secret.
You got to be good at count and clue, basically. And Kahuna is like... I don't even know
You're building bridges from... but you can... You need a certain number of cards to build the bridge, and then
you could destroy other people's bridges.
Or
your own, but I don't know.
And you have to. It's another majority thing. There's several bridges to each island, and whoever has the majority gets to own the island. And then there's intermittent scoring, where after you play a little bit and then there's a score, and then you play a little bit more, there's a score, and then
so you can catch up in the game, but it's hard to do.
Yeah.
But you could basically, the person who wins the first 2 rounds doesn't necessarily win at the end of the game. So there's a catch up mechanism there, but you have to work really hard at it. And you taught me the thing, because after we did that Kahuna playthrough, which that Kahuna playthrough is worth it for the commentary, but the video quality is absolutely awful, and the sound is also equally awful, so maybe don't go watch it. But the thing that you pointed out in that video that I've done ever since is whoever is you have to dominate early on in the Eastern Islands and maintain a foothold there.
It's
because they're harder to maintain, and the Western Islands are bigger, they're easier to capture, but they're also easier
to lose.
Yeah, and so it is kind of got that kind of tug of war element to it, which we really like, tug of war.
Yeah, we do.
Games, because when we're playing it too, we like that back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we're the most competitive with each other.
No, we're really not. But...
We're not, but we like, in a game, we like that feeling of, that tension. Mostly just to evilly moo-ha-ha and taunt each other, as we like to do. Mostly me.
Mostly him, yes, exactly. It's usually things like I'm going to the bathroom.
Toilet kisses.
And no, not that.
Quid pro quo gaming mode. That's what Andy says. He says, as long as it's fun, you're winning. Raising.
That could be a mantra. Cards, yeah. As long as you're having fun.
Oh, Andy's liking our killer duo dynamic. That's what people come here for. Andy, they don't come for the master cinematography.
No.
That's for sure.
No, and anyway, and although Andy especially has a really good memory for games and knowledge of games, mine is not nearly as good because I don't play as many games as he does. He plays a lot on BGA.
This is true, but we will do all our in-person gaming together. I do a lot of solo gaming, so you will see many solo. Gaming playthroughs on this channel.
Well, did we play anything else? Was that pretty much it? And then I think the Knitziathon was the end.
We played that s'mores game of Jake's at the bar.
Oh god, that was fun.
It was card slapping fun, let me tell you. So Jake is another one of the designer boys, and basically he has this deck that's 50% graham crackers, 25% marshmallows, and 25% chocolate. And he's trying to make basically all these different campfire games you can play with the same deck. And what we had, basically, you each put in a card face down.
There were 4 of us.
And you're trying to get a complete s'mores. So, 2 graham crackers, a chocolate, and a marshmallow. So there's a little bit of memory in the game, actually, because once you've done a couple of rounds, you have a pretty good idea of what's going on in people's hands. So it's interesting, at the beginning of each round, one person will reveal their entire hand to everyone else, so you know what they have. So you're like, okay,
at least one person.
What do I think they're most likely to add to the schwar, and what do I know they have a lot of? And what do I know these other people have a lot of? It was like a good
bar game.
It was a great bar game.
When we were playing it.
It was a great bar game. He's good at that style of like games that aren't stupid. Like, they're kind of stupid, but like in a fun way. Like, not a lazy way necessarily.
Right.
Like, it's still fun. Like, he understands what's fun. Just pure fun. Just pure fun. Silly fun, So that's what I really like about him as a designer. That Druids game is definitely not a pure crazy fun game, though it has some souped up engine building in it.
Yeah. I would have liked to have played it again.
I know, me too. I wanted to play Michelle's trick-taking game.
So we were there 3 whole days, and then we stayed we didn't have to leave on Sunday. We stayed overnight and then just left on Monday morning. But it still goes super fast.
We got to try Burmese food, though, for the first time.
Oh, my God.
That was so good. If you've never had it, you should definitely try Burmese because it is delicious. It's basically like a combination of Thai, Chinese, and Indian.
Yep. That's exactly what it was like.
A little Mongolian thrown in, just for some flair. We had Mongolian lamb, and then a samosa salad, which is basically like a samosa on a salad. That was really good, but it had this the dressing was like tamarind, so it had so like good. This tang that was so really good. Yeah, we ate some really good restaurants that are in Burlingame, which the downtown in Burlingame is super cute. It had a bunch of restaurants, and it was surprisingly the food was really good. The night before, I guess it was Saturday night, we went out for Indian, and it was really, really good. It was Nepali Indian fusion, I think, technically, because they had a bunch of Nepali dishes on there. It was really good. That was really good. Next KublaCon, I might try to actually stay in that hotel there just so we could walk there and back. We'll have to see. There was like a... It was a little... Wasn't there a... there was a Holiday Inn near there. But, I checked all of the places. We drove by lots of hotels. Well... The best one was Residence Inn. There's a limited time frame for KublaCon in which you can get the discounted hotel rate. And it's first come, first serve. So they bring it out before we could book it. So that's that. That was KublaCon. We're probably going to go to the fall edition again, assuming the dates work out. Thank you, Andy, for I'm glad popping in. Yeah, thank you, nice. New subscriber. Thank you for being so active in the chat. Warms my cackles. Tim had to go to bed. Jack isn't here today. He's on Australian time, so it's like the future for him. It's also known as Princess Omega Washcloth. Yes, or Pow. Pow. Jack's not his real name either, so whatever. Whatever. We could name him Jack Pow. Yeah, so Andy, you want to come over for the gaming? Oh, we could feature him on the channel. We have a lot of 3-player games we need to get played, so you could be our little guinea pig. And the other thing, I think we're going to hang out with Chris, another one of the designer guys, because we were like, okay, we need to just, do more branching out locally, especially too, because there were a lot of Sacramento designers there obviously, so it's the Bay, it's not that far. Yeah. And so, I just want to be more active in our local community this summer and, just try to get back on the bandwagon because this year has been rough. That's for sure. Oh, he's more than happy to. Loves yeah, good. I mean, we're not Warhammer stands, but hopefully you won't hold that against us. We just like to play games. Neither one of us is the kind that you don't have to worry that we always have to win. We don't always have to win. Oh, in fact, frequently. No, we're not that competitive. No, we're not. We are Omni gamers. I mean, I lean more towards Euros, and we both love cozy games. But most of our collection is probably light to medium. I would say, and stuff. But we can always branch out. We can find one that's at your level of whatever you like. Well, he plays Warhammer, so I think he's good.
Oh, okay.
I think he'll be fine with whatever we throw his way. So,
all right.
He's a smart cookie. So that was KublaCon. So coming up on the channel this Sunday, hopefully I'm doing Jakarta Traffic solo because he did not like that game.
I did, but the first time and then the second time, I don't know. It was kind of frustrating me.
This game. Oh, it's upside down.
It's a Pathfinder game.
It's another route building game. Yes, you are basically... You're like Door Dashers in Indonesia. That's basically what it is.
I mean, thematically, it's one of the best themes. And
this board is so cool. It's basically the city of Jakarta. And it's like you can rotate tiles to like alter the routes and stuff. So it's pick up and deliver with route building, essentially.
I don't know. I'll play it again. Sometimes I just get really frustrated at games.
The first time I played this, I felt the same way, though. I stopped. We got to end of it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't like this. It broke my brain a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
The first time.
It's kind of
the second time, I enjoyed it a lot more.
It's a deep puzzle.
And also, this designer is really hot. I follow him on Instagram. You know,
really?
he's very active in more ways than one.
What?
So I wanted to cover his game because he's hustling. He's self-published this.
Wow.
Right? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, so all these designers out here, you just self-publish, man. You can do it. That's what Kickstarter is for. So I'll probably be streaming this on Sunday, hopefully. And then we're going to do our spring of games, our stats wrap up, all the games we played this spring, our quarterly sesh. Maybe Monday?
Maybe. We'll have to see. But
then, the rest of June, we're going to do our Queer Designer Focus series. I still have a bunch we didn't get to last year that we're going to do. And also Quirky Circuits, because this is a non-binary designer, Nikki Valens.
Cute.
This is cute. It has a little campaign mode in it. You're basically playing as Roombas trying to vacuum up dust bunnies. Also, there's a snowboarding penguin in this one in some of the scenarios. So
it's cute.
It's basically a cooperative programming game. So it's very fun. There's also kind of a memory aspect to it.
Definitely.
A little bit of deduction.
A little mind reading needs to go on, too.
There is a little bit of mind reading. But the backs of the cards tell you what kind of movement it is, just not which direction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's some movement style games. Oh, and also, I do have this. This is all the hotness right now, Molly House, at least in the queer space. Because you're in this game, you're in Restoration era England, and you're basically in, it's like a gay flop house. You're trying to like hook up and dress and drag and evade the cops. So,
I mean,
it's a historical game, very dry. But this is going to be queer theme, so we're definitely going to do this for our queer focus designer, because this is also a non-binary designer. And I'm probably we're going to do at least one or two more. We're going to do Extravaganza, we said. And if you have suggestions, queer designers out there, I wanted to try to find one of Marceline's games. She has a Button Shy coming out sometime in the next year, but I don't have access to that, obviously. Now maybe I can ask her. We still have that Prohibition theme game we got from the other trans designer from that Kickstarter that didn't successfully fund. And we have that bread game from that other.
Well, we're going to have to get those out again because I don't even remember the names.
I think there were some issues with the print and play final for the bread one because there were missing pages from the rulebook and missing cards too, I think. Or I printed it wrong. I don't know. But anyway, that'll all be coming. And then in July, we're going to start our aquatical theme.
Although that might need to be revised because we're going to be gone in New York.
Well, I figure it'll go into August, so it will just kind of be
it'll be the remainder of the summer.
The remainder of the summer, whatever we get to. We're going to do the aqua game for sure. And Octopus's Garden this year. We're going to do it on the channel because
Did we not get to that last year?
We did not.
Such a good game. We played it.
Tile placement, and some of the tiles move, like hermit crabs and sea stars and stuff. It's very good. Lights. And it's from the Creature Comforts designer, Roberta Taylor, who may or may not be lesbian. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if
they would just tell us.
I'm trying to figure out if like Liz Hargrave is lesbian or not. I think she has a husband. I'm not sure. I know she's at those big gay dinners every year at PAX Unplugged, but she could be an ally.
She could be.
She could be an ally. Oh, which one? Sorry, I'm flashing for so many games. Yeah, we love some good art in games.
Oh, yeah.
I like the pretty games. Aesthetics matter to us. Sorry.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
That's why I made him almost get rid of... Well, I think you did. Bonanza.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
the
that...
trading bean game.
That is...
Uwe Rosenberg.
Uwe Rosenberg.
It's his first game.
And I basically like Uwe Rosenberg's games, but the art in that one is so bad.
It's very 90s Saturday newspaper.
And they're beans, strips. And it's like... Ew.
Some of them are kind of gross looking, yeah. Especially the stink bean.
It just was too... I don't know why.
And the last time we played that game, the math wasn't working out for some reason.
Yeah.
I like the trading in that game, but I feel like if we're going to do like open trading and negotiation...
That one needs reskin.
I'd rather... Bad. It has been reskinned. It's this game called Dahlias now. Well, so it's flowers instead of beans.
Well, that's better. Beans... I mean, flowers probably smell a lot better than the beans do.
The one where the guy self-published... Oh, Jakarta Traffic. That was the one. He did the art himself because he's multi-talented. He's a graphic designer by day. He also wrote... Like, he's also a techno music producer, so he has a whole soundtrack he made to go along with the game, too. It's really good, actually. If you like, kind of like... He has, like, found sounds for, like, actual recordings of Jakarta Traffic, like, in between the kind of, like, low-key beats.
I'd forgotten about that.
It's good. Fun. Like, this guy is really talented. Oh, my God. And so German.
I don't know. Maybe I'll play it.
We'll play it again.
Well, because I'm supposed to be here on Sunday.
So maybe
we'll see.
We'll talk.
All right. Well,
that's all we had to say about KublaCon. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the what?
The
notification bell.
Yes, the bell.
Ding. And as always, I'm Andy.
I'm Rich.
And remember, be gay.
Do crime.
Don't get caught. And
get gay, man.
Okay, bye, fam. We're going to stop streaming now. I don't have the thing with the stream ending soon, so it's just going to end. Yep. So bye, Andy. Thanks for popping in.
Yep.